Every insight deserves an audience. Welcome to Atypica AI.
Right now, this moment, in January 2026, you're making decisions about which AI to use. Maybe you're choosing what to put in your company's tech stack. Maybe you're just picking which chatbot to help write your emails. And I'm here to tell you, most people are making the wrong choice. They're chasing benchmark scores like they're shopping for a sports car by horsepower alone, completely missing what actually matters. I spent the last month convening 6 of the sharpest AI experts I could find. Academic researchers, enterprise architects, startup founders, VCs, and forcing them into a room to hash this out. What they concluded will challenge everything the tech press has been telling you. The best AI model right now isn't the one dominating the headlines. Let me explain why you need to change how you think about this. Here's the problem. Everyone's been hypnotized by performance benchmarks. OpenAI releases GPT 5.2 with a quality index of 70, and the internet loses its mind. Headlines scream about reasoning capabilities. Tech reviewers obsess over how it handles complex logic puzzles. And look, I get it. Those numbers are impressive. But here's what nobody's asking. So what? When was the last time your actual work required solving a logic puzzle that only a 70 quality index model could handle? You're not running a research lab at MIT. You're trying to draft proposals, analyze data, maybe build a product feature. The dirty secret of the AI industry right now is that raw reasoning power has become table stakes. It's like arguing about which luxury car has the best engine when they'll all get you to work just fine. My expert panel, and these are people who live and breathe this stuff, spent hours debating how to even define best. The academic researcher wanted to prioritize innovation. The enterprise architect kept hammering on reliability. The startup founder just wanted something that wouldn't bankrupt him. And here's what emerged from that messy, contentious discussion. They assigned weights to 6 criteria. Benchmark performance, the thing everyone obsesses over, they gave it just 15%. 15! You know what got the top weight at 27%? Reliability and trustworthiness. The ability of a model to not hallucinate, to give you consistent answers, to be something you can actually trust when it matters. Think about what that means for your decisions. If you're choosing an AI model based primarily on benchmark scores, you're optimizing for the wrong thing. It's like buying a car based solely on its top speed when what you really need is fuel efficiency and safety ratings for your daily commute. Let me give you the actual winner, and I want you to hear me out before you dismiss this. Gemini 3 Pro is the best overall AI model available right now. Not GPT 5.2, not Claude Opus 4.5, Gemini 3 Pro. And I know what you're thinking. Wait, doesn't GPT 5.2 crush it in benchmarks? Yes, it does. It has that quality index of 70 versus Gemini's 62. But here's what my expert panel discovered when they actually scored these models across all dimensions that matter. Gemini got a final weighted score of 8.48 out of 10. Claude came in second at 8.18. GPT 5.2, despite its benchmark dominance, landed at 7.76. Why? Let me walk you through the logic, because this is where it gets interesting.
Gemini excels in the 3 areas that got the heaviest weights: cost effectiveness at 25% importance, practical value and user experience at 18%, and solid reliability at 27%. It scored a 9 out of 10 on cost effectiveness. That means you can actually afford to use it at scale without your CFO having a heart attack. It scored a 9 on practical value. Its multimodal capabilities are native, not bolted on, and its personal intelligence feature actually integrates into how you work. And it got a 7.5 on reliability, which is good enough for most real-world applications. Compare that to GPT 5.2. Yes, it's the reasoning champion at 9.5 out of 10 on benchmarks, but it scores only 6.5 on cost effectiveness. If you're a startup trying to build a product, that difference will kill you. The enterprise architect on my panel put it bluntly: I can't deploy a solution where my costs scale unpredictably. GPT 5.2 is the luxury sports car. Amazing performance, but are you really going to commute in it every day? Now, I know some of you are thinking about Claude Opus 4.5. And listen, Claude is exceptional. It got the highest score possible, 9.5 out of 10, on reliability. Its hallucination rates are the lowest in the industry. The experts called it best in class for trustworthiness. Its co-work feature represents a genuine leap in agentic AI. If you're in legal, medical, or financial services where accuracy is literally life and death, Claude is your answer. But it's premium priced. It scored only 7.0 on cost effectiveness. For the majority of applications, you're paying a reliability premium you don't need. Here's the framework I want you to internalize. The AI market has matured past the point where raw power is the deciding factor. My expert panel spent significant time debating this, and the consensus was clear. Benchmark performance is now an enabler, not the determinant of market leadership. It's a necessary foundation, but it's not sufficient to win. What wins is balanced excellence across practical dimensions. You observe this shift everywhere if you look. The technology analyst on my panel pointed out that we're seeing commoditization of reasoning capability. When Claude, GPT, and Gemini can all handle complex tasks adequately, the battlefield moves to user experience, ecosystem integration, and cost structure. Gemini wins because Google built it into their entire workspace ecosystem. It's not just a chatbot you visit, it's woven into how you actually work. Let me give you specific guidance because I know you're wondering, okay, but what should I actually do? Here's my recommendation based on the research. If you're building a consumer product or running a startup, deploy Gemini 3 immediately. Its combination of cost, speed, and multimodal capability gives you the most versatile foundation. You can scale without fear. If you're in enterprise software, where reliability is absolutely paramount, legal tech, healthcare, financial services, pay the premium for Claude Opus 4.5. Its low hallucination rate and trustworthiness justify the cost. And if you're doing cutting-edge research or solving genuinely complex problems where you need maximum reasoning power, then and only then should you reach for GPT 5.2. But here's what I really want you to understand. This entire competitive landscape is about to shift again.
The open source advocates on my panel kept raising a crucial point. Models like Zek AI's GLM 4.7 thinking and Meta's Llama 4.1 are getting scary good. They're not quite at the frontier yet, but they're close. And they're free. The strategic analyst on my panel called this the next existential threat to the proprietary model companies. When open source catches up in reliability, and it will, the entire cost-effectiveness equation collapses. The deeper trend here is that user experience is becoming the final frontier. Raw reasoning power is converging. The next winner won't be determined by who has the best benchmark score, but by who builds the most seamless, intuitive, genuinely useful agentic experience. Google's personal intelligence and Claude's co-work are early signals of this future. The model that wins in 2027 will be the one that feels less like a tool you use and more like a colleague who understands your context. So if you're still choosing your AI based on benchmark leaderboards, you're optimizing for yesterday's competition. The market has moved on. The experts have moved on. It's time you moved on too. Gemini 3 Pro is the best overall model right now because it excels at the dimensions that matter for actual deployment: cost, reliability, and practical value. That's not speculation. That's the conclusion of 6 experts with wildly different priorities who all agreed when forced to score these systems objectively. My advice? Stop chasing benchmarks. Start asking what you actually need to accomplish. Match your use case to the model's strengths. And watch the open source space like a hawk, because the competitive advantage of the proprietary leaders is eroding faster than they want to admit. The AI model war isn't over, but the terms of victory have fundamentally changed.
Want to learn more about interesting research? Check out Atypica AI.